guys, welcome back to the QZ show. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I always have it written down.
You have it written down just so you remember it?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the QZ show, the #1 show in America. I'm Quinn Peplo, alongside Matteo Zavala, Mikey Vopentesta. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about some signings that happened like a week ago. Matteo has his fantasy pickups for next year already in place. He's got some mock drafts he wants to go over. And I might talk a little bit about some stocks just because I feel crazy today. Matteo, you want to go over your fantasy pickups for next year?
Yeah, it's gonna be a long. It's gonna be a long list.
Why? And it's every position.
Yeah, every main position
Just
in
the top
fantasy.
five?
So your defense, your running back, your receivers.
Yeah.
I didn't do tight ends. I realized. My
Joe
bad.
Burrow should be up
That's
on that
fine.
But
list,
I could-
right, Matteo? Joe Burrow?
Oh,
if he gets an
Joe
offensive
Burrow might
line.
not even play next year.
And so I'll start off with my defense. The first one I gotta go with. I made this before the Clowney signing, but with this Clowney signing, they needed a linebacker, and the Browns got it. The Browns are gonna be unstoppable in the defensive end. Absolute monsters.
So this is your number one for fantasy.
No, I'm going over my top five for each position. So my number one is Cleveland Browns. So that defense is gonna be insane. There's no word. John Johnson. They fixed up their secondary. They fixed up they picked up some linebackers and had most of the defensive line last year, which they're complete monsters. Cleveland's planning making a name for himself. For number two, I have Washington football team. They're gonna have a solid defense. That defense is gonna have to carry them to get through those games.
Chase Young's gonna have a second season.
They have a great year. Jonathan Allen's gonna have a great year. So they got rid of Bradley Roby, I think his name is.
Yeah.
No, Ronald Darby, but they picked up William Jackson, which still a great pickup. Great solidifies that role. They have Landon Collins, Kendall Fuller too. They have a good defense, great defensive line. They have a great young core. That defense is gonna be good in the making. 5 or 6 years. 2 or 3 years. 2 or 3 years, that defense is gonna be number one in the league. Number three, it might be surprising, but I got Tampa Bay. Keeping the same starters last year. That team's gonna
that's
grow.
That's not surprising. I mean, yeah, that defense is still gonna grow. It's got its players.
It's gonna grow because they have another year under their belt. They have really underrated rookies like Anton Winfield, and their corners are underrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
They have a great defensive line, outstanding as you could tell last year. They kept all 22 starters. Even though they're old, they might have a year or two left in them, but this year they have still a breakout year and get you those points for your fantasy.
I feel like in some games last season, the Bucs defense underperformed, even their defensive line. But I think they're going to play a lot better next season. I think they're going to be consistent because they're already Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, and they were solid last year too. No one really talked about them. I think your tip last year to draft them.
But they were kind of inconsistent sometimes. But
yeah,
I think they'll be more consistent.
Hopefully, we all wish that. Number four, I have Denver Broncos. Denver is gonna be. They're obviously gonna have a scary defense, but they have a lot of competition to deal with. They have Bradley Chubb, Von Miller, Kyle Fuller, Justin Jackson. They're one of the best secondaries in the league already. They have so many former All Pros or All Pros. They have a good defensive line. That defense is gonna have a lot of games, but they have to go against many opponents to get there in that position.
Von Miller didn't play last year, so I think he might get to 10 sacks, but he will be a factor in the defense.
Yeah, and Bradley Chubb, who stepped it up who will be a great help for that defense. Number five, surprising, but to have all the opt-outs back, New England. New England's going to be insane. In my opinion, New England's going to be a low playoff team. So 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Oh, for
Or-
seed?
Yeah, for seed for the playoffs. They're gonna be.
Like 7 and 8.
They're gonna just beat the line, but they have a good defense because they've Dante Hightower back. They're probably one of the best secondaries in the league.
Yeah.
Like,
They do.
Justin Jackson and the J.C. Jackson, Stephon Gilmore, he'll be back. They have a good front three up front, and they have solid linebackers, and that's gonna be really successful going on.
What about your quarterback?
With
you have your quarterbacks ready?
my quarterbacks,
Let's go to that.
it's nothing special, but you could probably guess number 1 is Patrick Mahomes. Absolute monster. Always puts the fantasy points. One of the best QBs in the league. He'll keep giving you them cash in your fantasy leagues. Josh Allen, it can have a breakout year. It could be his MVP year.
Yeah,
Potentially his MVP
potentially,
year.
Yeah, I could see that. But
I see him going to do even better than last year. He was doing. I think he finished number 1 last year.
fantasy points?
In
Quarterbacks?
fantasy for quarterbacks. Number 3, Quid, you'll love this. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he's the man.
Aaron Rodgers still has gas in the
He
tank.
does, but he needs more weapons.
Which that's probably what they're gonna go at in the draft because they need to
I think
pick
they
up
have
something.
7 bunches as a receiver. He
Well,
opted
it's come back
out.
from his opt-out year,
he
but-
opted out last year. I think he'll be playing this year. He'll be a factor.
But he's gonna need a whole lot more than
Yeah, he does.
Devin
he needs
Funches.
like Antonio Brown, but who knows?
Honestly, he'd be a solid number 2 receiver. I am like for sure with that.
Yeah.
Number 4, just because of Jacksonville's picking up. Number 4 is Jacksonville. Is Trevor Lawrence because he's like the most hype prospect of all time. Hear me out. He's getting a lot of weapons. They're giving him a lot of weapons. He has DJ Shark, Laviska Shenault, Marvin Jones Jr., which that's great for his young self. And they still have 2 first-round picks this year, so they'll probably go after an offensive lineman or maybe another receiver to help build around Trevor Lawrence. Help
And
give him.
You could throw to James Robinson too. James Robinson.
Yeah,
running back.
That too, and Tyler Eifert. I mean, he was really good a few years ago. But that's another receiving weapon. Like it's gonna be a touchdown mania, as you like to call it, Quinn. My last QB, surprising, but he did really good a few years ago. Threw a lot of picks. Jameis Winston. He's gonna have a breakout year.
I don't know about that one. That one's debatable.
That's my hot take because he has a lot of weapons. Well, he has Slant Boy and some up and coming receivers, Tre'Quan Smith and
Sanders is
just guys that. Yeah.
So.
And Kamara,
yeah, he's really good.
I feel like he's have a breakout year because they have a good. He's gonna play that, proving that teams were letting him go, forgetting about him, just shutting him down. But he's gonna prove that he is the quarterback that the team drafted for the future. Yeah. Running backs, it's no surprise, but you already know my number 1 is. Actually, I'll stuff in the number 5. I'll be a little special today. Number 5 is Kamara. Kamara's gonna have a lot in the passing game because
number 5
of the lack of weapons. But he'll be even lower. He'll be 5. With Taysom Hill, he's getting nowhere higher than 5. Anything lower, everything else he's not getting anything lower than 5. He'll be 5 or above, so 5, 10, 6, 7, 8. But he's just gonna get some targets. But just the competition, I feel like it's gonna be a breakout year for my number 4, Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is an absolute monster, and he's been playing the Packers' rush defense, which they are not good. Twice the Bears' defense, which they're falling.
Yeah, they're crumbling.
They're crumbling in pieces.
The NFC North. That's right. That's a good team.
Yeah. They're crumbling. So he has 4 games, and the Lions are dog water. So that's 8 games. That's 8 games of horrible defenses.
I think didn't he get 200 plus total yards against the Packers in both games this
Oh
year?
my god! I think he got like 4 touchdowns. He blew them.
I know in the
Single-handedly
last
blew
game he
him
played
out.
the Packers, he blew them out.
Yeah.
The game before, he had a lot of yards too, I think.
Number 3 is I'm thinking for a breakout year, even better than last. Nick Chubb is gonna go off. Like
He had a good rushing year.
he's gonna go
What
off.
was he, number 3 in rushing yards or number 1?
I don't know, but that's what Sharon carries too. But I just feel like he's gonna go off.
Yeah.
The Browns defense is gonna help him get those leads, and they're handing the ball off to him.
I could see that because they don't trust Baker throwing the ball a lot, so they probably will run the ball a lot with Chubb.
And they run
I
first.
I still think they should start Kareem over him, but that's just my take.
Yeah, I mean, I like Kareem Hunt a lot. He needs to be put on another team. Like if
He does.
another team need a running back, like he's a great running back right now. He'll be a great RB1.
Yeah, he will
Top
be.
10 RB1 if he play RB1. Number 2, it's gonna be obvious, Derrick Henry, because
Yeah.
Derrick Henry's number 2 for me because he's not really using the passing game. Not really at all.
Yeah.
They use a rush him. They use him a lot for rushing.
Yeah, they
but
give him a lot of carries every game.
they give him a crap ton of carries. But he will be using the passing game a lot more because all they have is AJ Brown. And because they don't have Corey Davis, they don't have Jonnu Smith, they don't have Adam Humphries, they don't have no really good receivers anymore besides AJ Brown. So I feel like this offseason, the Titans should really go looking after using Derrick Henry in the passing game because that'll be a huge upgrade for the team.
Yeah.
For sure. Number 1, if he's healthy, Christian McCaffrey. Absolute monster.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold is
oh my god.
but McCaffrey can easily turn the game around. Like if they're up, Sam Darnold can get to him. McCaffrey's just a weapon used anywhere. A weapon used
He's gonna
anywhere.
get loads of catches.
Unbeatable. Yeah, and he's freaking jacked too.
Yeah, and fast.
I know, he's just one hell of a player. Sorry for my language. He's a great player. My receiver list, it's decent, but I think it's a good
Okay.
list. Number 5 is AJ Brown. AJ Brown is gonna have a breakout year because there's no other
There's
people.
Derrick Henry.
to receive the ball.
He's gonna get a lot of carries.
If they use him, they use him in the receiving game.
Yeah.
He's literally the only target. He's a good player too. He's a really good player. And that's all I can say pretty much. He's like the only weapon Tannehill has to go to.
Maybe they could hit it really well on the draft, so they get a number 2 receiver. But
Yeah, hopefully they get a nice partner for like a young core receiving core. Number 4 is D-Hop. D-Hop is gonna be D-Hop, be a top receiver, be one of the top receivers in the game. He's gonna go off.
He was leading in receiving like a lot. Well, the first 5 games this season, and then he kind of fell. So
Yeah.
D-Hop, I think that one's debatable. He'll get a lot of catches.
He's a hit or miss. But I feel like the defense is not gonna be as good as they think they are. I feel
Cardinals
like the defense
defense?
is gonna get Yeah.
He's gonna have to like carry a lot, and they're gonna be down a lot.
Yeah, he's being used a lot in the passing game because they're gonna be like down a lot.
Yeah, because they're like the 4th
So,
best
and-
team in that division.
Yeah, because that division is just gonna be tough
Hard
because
division.
it's gonna be tough. You have to throw the ball to D-Hop. Number 3 is Diggs. Not like Diggs stepped up this
He
season.
did.
Absolute last season or past season. Freaking monster of rebuilt himself as a wide receiver 1. People that were hyping him up finally got his wish. He finally got his wish to be that number one receiver. He went crazy. Number one. I think he was number one, the number two receiver.
Yeah. He was number one, and he was chill with Josh Allen. He had a great relationship with him before the season started, so that helped a lot.
That helped a lot.
It was already like a number one receiver with Minnesota. And didn't he have career highs this year in receiving yards? And
yeah, he led the league in receiving. Maybe not in receiving yards, but he led the league in receptions.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, career year. He just went crazy.
Good. Yeah.
So he might be like a lower end pick that people don't really look about. Like I remember telling my dad, pick up Diggs, pick up Diggs, pick up Diggs. Guess what? He didn't pick up Diggs. He's like, he's not gonna be good. I'm like, oh yeah, look at him now. Look at him now, buddy.
Yeah. It was gonna be okay this year.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Number two, it's gonna be surprising one for a lot. Justin Jefferson. He's gonna have another career year. It's gonna be a hot take, but because he's playing the Lions.
That is true. He's playing the Lions.
Lions have a bad secondary. Bears have a bad secondary.
They're getting bad.
Because they're gonna put Jalen Johnson on Thielen. That's me my bet. Because Thielen's like the quote unquote number one receiver.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And the Packers, Jair Alexander is gonna be on Thielen.
Yeah.
So I feel like Jefferson to get all those targets and freaking go crazy this year.
I can see that. We're opening for.
And he has a year under his belt.
Yeah, and he had a crazy rookie year.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the Vikings got good value out of Diggs when they traded him because they got the draft Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, they did.
So I mean, it's a good deal, but Diggs is obviously like a little bit better. But great, I was still taking that deal. Great deal for both teams, 100%. Number one, let me guess. Who you think the number one is?
No idea. It can't be Slant Boy. Slant Boy. What team is he on?
You love him.
It's not Antonio Brown. Hold on. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea.
Devontae Adams.
Oh, yeah, he's okay. Or he's not okay. He's really good, but I'm not in love with the guy. I love Aaron Rodgers.
You're in love with Aaron Rodgers.
Adams
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. I'm in love with him.
But there's nothing to say. He literally missed 2 games and still led the league in so many. He led the league, I think, even in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns.
I think receiving touchdowns. Didn't he get 18?
Yeah, he went nuts. Like, yeah, he
Aaron
had a
Rodgers'
career.
number one target because
There's no one else.
Best receiver. He legit is.
And tight ends, like it's pretty much self-explanatory. My number one's gonna be George Kittle if he's healthy.
That's debatable.
No, if he's healthy, I feel like it's like literally a tie between them two. Like them two for number one.
Kittle's healthy. Kittle's healthy. It depends
Kittle's
on the
healthy.
quarterback. I mean, it's still
True.
Garoppolo.
If it's Garoppolo, then I give it to him.
Yeah.
If it's someone else who has like no connection with him, then I'll give it to Kelsey. It's all gonna depend. And number 3, it's like literally the list just goes like not as good. Number 3, this is gonna be a really good hot take, but Irv Smith Jr.
What team is he on?
Vikings. I feel like he's gonna break out.
Because Rudolph is Rudolph is gone.
Rudolph is gone. He's gonna get. I feel like teams, if they figure out how to cover both of them too, they're gonna need to throw to him.
I don't know about that. That one's so debatable.
Kirk Cousins like his tight ends as end zone targets.
Yeah, but there's no. He's gonna throw it to.
It's a hot take. It's a hot take.
He's gonna throw it to Thielen, Jefferson, or give it a Cook. I don't think.
Yeah, we'll look back on this in December, and we'll see how that's going.
Yeah, we will. I'll be right.
Number 4, it's like there's like not really any other good tight ends. Like Oh, the number 4.
Jonnu Smith.
It's I can't really think of any other good tight ends. Like, can you?
There's Eric Ebron. He's okay.
He's decent. He was really good. He had a good year last year.
You're right.
I would say
Booming
Jonnu Smith
fantasy
or Hunter Henry,
value.
but they're gonna be sharing catches, so I'll put them. I'll put both of them at number 5. So like I think at number 4. Because Bill Belichick likes to use a 2-2 tight end duo. Number 4, I cannot think of. Yeah, I can't think of that. I can't think of number 4. I really cannot think of any other tight end. Has Robert Tunyon play with the team? Is signed with the team yet?
He's still in Green Bay.
I thought I hit free agency.
Oh, he's on Green Bay. Wasn't he a rookie this year?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Pretty sure he
Correct.
was a
Yeah.
rookie this year. Yeah, he was a rookie. Still on Green Bay. So this would be his second year.
Yeah, I mean, maybe him. That's me. Number 4.
Yeah.
But one thing I do want to bring out though is the Julian Edelman retirement.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
He was well, I would like to say, because there's been like some debate that he's a Hall of Famer. He's not.
He's
I mean, he played 12 years.
Yeah.
He was a great receiver. Great replacement for Wes Welker when Wes Welker was getting old. They wanted to get rid of him. He had 2 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah.
100 plus catches.
I feel like he's like, so there's like for sure Hall of Famers, borderline and below borderline. He's like the below borderline. Almost there, borderline. Not.
Borderline because he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, and he was very consistent.
He leads the NFL in most receiving yards all time in the playoffs. That's really good. That's a really good stat. But like, pretty sure it's like 1,400.
Yeah, I mean, and he can throw the ball too.
But like, yeah, he only threw 6 passes in his career in the regular season.
He was 6 for 6.
I mean, yeah, but
Better than Brady. He got nothing on Brady.
6 passes. Him and Brady had a good relationship. That's what made him so good. And he was a good punt returner too, for a short while. Receiver, but I mean, wasn't like super consistent. He didn't have like 1,300 plus yards.
He's not Hall of Famer, but like
straight
he's just like
seasons.
a good player, a good consistent player, great player. Yeah.
Yeah. A great player that's going to miss the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame.
But did you hear what Gronk said? He says he's like there's a 69% chance of Edelman joining the Buccaneers.
I could see that, but I mean, if they sign Brown, there's no point in signing Edelman. I think he's like done. If they sign,
I think Antonio Brown will either go to Green Bay or Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I do too. But Green Bay's not going to sign him at all. Green Bay like never makes a crazy.
Yeah, I don't think Green Bay wants to deal with him. Because I think he's still trying to get stuff like done.
Like their general manager would not sign him at all.
I agree. Yeah.
Worth the money though. We'll say that he's worth the money.
And so I'll go into my mock draft now. Then you want to talk about your stocks?
Yeah, sure.
So I ended off with Micah Parsons going to Carolina.
Yeah.
The 9th pick of the 21 NFL draft, the Denver Broncos are going to help put on the defensive line and sign Hewitt Payne. I heard he's probably top defensive lineman in the draft. He's going to be a monster in the NFL, especially in that defense. Help grow. Great mentors, Bradley Chubb, Von Miller, great mentors for him. Help bulk up that defense, you know.
Yeah.
They don't need they don't need any more receivers. They got Cortland Sutton, KJ Halmer, and Jerry Jeudy. But maybe a quarterback. But I think I think they're picking too late to get like a good quarterback, like they'll fit their scheme.
Maybe if somebody falls, because people quarterbacks always fall.
Yeah. And for the 10th pick,
it's leaked on Twitter always.
Yeah. And for the 10th pick, I have Patrick Surtain, cornerback, the best cornerback in this NFL, the best cornerback in this draft. The Cowboys need to bulk up this defense. They cannot be going after anything else besides someone on their defense. For sure. He's great talent. Great talent. He held everyone. He held stars now in the NFL to like low receiving numbers when they played in college against him. New York Giants. They have Greg Rossio. He's a like outside linebacker, defensive line. The New York Giants help bulk up their defense to be a stellar defense. That's another defense is to be underrated next year. New York Giants.
Right. So they had a good defense. They had an okay defense this year, but yeah, they could use some more help.
It can fix the spots that they need because they need more in the defensive line because they have really good secondary in that stuff. And the 12th pick, the Eagles, they're a new receiver. They need to give Jalen Hurts another receiver to pass to, and a former teammate of Jalen Hurts, to be exact. It's going to be Jalen Waddle. He has comparisons to Tyreek Hill, saying that people are saying that he's the best receiver in the draft. People saying he's like number 3. He's like one of the best receivers in the draft. Yeah. Former teammate though of Jalen Hurts though, so they have that relationship with them. They both went to Bama. Jalen Hurts went to Bama for a year.
He's probably going to be his number 1 target then.
Yes, agree. And with the number 13th pick with the Chargers, it's going to be Ali Haja. I don't know how to say his name. Vera Tucker is a guard, offensive lineman. They're gonna need it. The Chargers need to help protect Justin Herbert as much as possible. And they have a good offensive line. They signed Corey Lindsey. They have Ryan Beluga.
And line's okay. Oh yeah, they just signed Beluga this season, right? This offseason?
No, they signed Corey Lindsey this season. They signed Beluga last year. So that'd be a good pickup. Help protect them.
Yeah. Tired there?
What?
A little tired there?
Yeah, sorry, I joking from that. I don't know why I can't think of my 14th pick. I have the initials of the team, but it's.
I'm still here.
Oh, I know I can't think right now. I'll skip that. The 14th pick, offensive lineman, Rashawn Slater. That team's gonna need him. I forgot what team it was. Okay, 15. The New England Patriots select Trey Lance out of NDSU.
Really?
Trey Lance. I feel like Trey Lance is gonna fall in the 15th.
See somebody fall to 15
because he hasn't really had that much games in college. So I feel like it'd be good to have because he's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
Going to this draft, and I think Cam Newton would be a great mentor because as the people are kind of comparing him to like prime Cam Newton, the one who could throw the ball and run like crazy. So I feel like he'd be a great mentor for Newton after this 1 year. Newton would be a great mentor to him.
I can see that. Cam Newton's got a cool personality. He would be a cool guy to back up for just 1 year.
And it's a guy to build around. Another guy Belichick can build around.
Yeah, and they got more weapons than last year.
Finally, yeah. And 16th, the Arizona Cardinals are gonna kill Farley, cornerback, because they need someone to replace Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
And people are saying about his back issues because I think Kill Farley's having a back surgery, but I feel like he's still gonna be a first round pick. And yeah, that's my first 16 of the NFL draft. You'll see the 8 next.
I'm excited. The draft is April
April 24th is coming up.
24th?
Yeah, 9 days.
Early.
All right. You want to go talk about your stocks?
Stocks. I don't got much to say, but I mean, cryptocurrency, that's where we're going these days. Dogecoin. The Doge
Gosh,
army
going
has
to the
risen.
moon.
They are going to the moon. Right now they're at 26 cents. They've been booming. I mean, if you own that, hold on to it. I think it has $1 potential, if you ask me.
So,
Litecoin, which is, what's up?
How many cryptocurrencies are there?
There's so many. There's probably like 20 or 30 different ones. When Bitcoin goes up, they all go up normally, which is so weird. And when
I don't
one goes
understand
down,
that
they
stuff,
all go
though.
down.
I still need get
It's
a
crazy,
refresher.
yeah, it's crazy. What's it called? So Dogecoin, I think, has $1 potential for the end of this year. Bitcoin could have like maybe $500 potential. It's at 286 right now. It went up $60 this week. That's another, and Ethereum, I think that's what it's called. But that went up like $500 in the past 2 weeks. It's
Yeah.
2,500 right now. That's a good buy. That could go up to, I don't know. All these stuff keep going up. I don't think they're going to crash this year. Maybe, no. I don't think they're going to crash this year because so many companies are using it for currency. You could use it. You could buy something with Dogecoin or Bitcoin. And I mean, Tesla's accepting it. All these other banks are like cashing in on it, investing in it. So it's a real thing. Not like 2 or 3 years ago, companies didn't have faith on it. That's why it crashed 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They didn't invest in it. And now they accept it. They believe it.
And yeah, I mean, I'll go back into football a little bit. So, how do you feel about Aaron Donald?
Oh, with his the allegation.
You think?
Or
Yeah.
didn't he just beat up a guy at like 3 a.m.? I read a little bit about
Yeah,
it.
I feel like the guy was probably like all in his face,
I feel
probably
like-
like pissing him off.
I feel like they were both drunk. It was that early. in the
Probably.
morning.
And Aaron Donald is not a guy to mess with. Like, if
No.
you see a photo of him, that guy's insane. Like, my eyes are
Drawn
popping.
and jacked.
He's like, ah. He got nothing on me, of course, but he's jacked. And I don't know why that guy went. Imagine, feel bad for the guy, though, that if he did get punched.
Yeah. I think he
Feel
only
bad
got
for that
punched,
guy,
like,
because
once
he's a
or
whole
twice.
fit. Eat a whole fist of Aaron Donald. That's not the greatest taste. Like,
What's it called? I think he might get suspended 1 or 2 games, or he might not get suspended at all. And this is just it's whatever. It'll be fine.
and to wrap up the show, let's talk about our giveaway again. So at 100 once we hit 100 subscribers, so to get into our giveaway, you have to subscribe to the channel, of course. Share the video, comment, and like on the recent posts. So comment like done, comment whatever you want.
Yeah.
Share with anyone you know. Like we're trying to grow. We're trying to grow so you express more information.
How about the community?
Yeah, and if you want to buy a shirt now, if you want, the website will be in the link to our merch will be in the description below. And also, if you guys want to like say like what we should work on, what we should do to help you guys some more interesting videos and keep you guys interested with some topics that you want us to talk about, please comment that too in the channel comments. We'll love anything, and if you want us to like have any ideas for us, we'll look into it. We'll do any way possible to do what you guys say.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate it. Keep watching QZ's
Yeah.
show. We know you guys love the show. Just keep watching. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. Me, Quinn Paplo.
I'm Matteo. Have a good night, and also like both of that stuff.
Not a bad